Here we go with the season finale of On Top the Cage. I can't believe it's been a full season. It is our biggest, hopefully our best show. It is the Super Bowl 57 show. The Roman numerals are easy again this year. No subtraction needed. L's 50, V's 5, II is the 2, 57. So
I don't know why they just don't use a 5 and a 7.
I read something about it. I couldn't even understand what I was reading in regards to why they use Roman numerals, but we're not getting into that tonight. But we're going to cover all of it tonight. I mean,
except that
the board is chock full. I mean, it's chock
crazy.
full. We're going to cover everything from making your own Super Bowl party, whether or not you're with family or you got friends over as well. Menu suggestions, games, whatever it is. But we have everything in regards to the big game. Entertainment, from the anthem to the halftime to all kinds of different betting nuggets. Obviously, we're going to pick the game. I'm going to give you a handful of prop bets at the end as well that I like. But we don't talk about football out of the gate. We bullshit, right? Here's an omission section though first. I got birthdays. Birthdays. I missed Billy's birthday. It was February 2nd. Billy is Katie's brother. He was up here, I don't know, a month or so ago. Obviously a great time. Grant's birthday is tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. And my co-host, Dan, his birthday is Super Bowl Sunday.
Yes, sir.
I asked him before we went on set if it's ever been on Super Bowl Sunday before, and he enlightened me, obviously, because we had a change in games and weeks.
There's an extra game, so it's never been on Super Bowl Sunday.
I'll tell you what.
This is the first.
I tell you what, I tried to buy you a birthday present this week.
You tried?
I did on eBay. Well,
and you can get Bud Light anywhere.
Well, I hear you. It was Bud Light affiliated, if you will. I'm going to tell you because it still may happen. But anyway.
Nah, don't tell me that.
I'm going to tell you what the price tag was. It was $35, but so.
Nice.
And anyway.
Price range.
So, but it was make an offer. So I get low ball offer. I mean, that's what I do. $15, right? And the guy goes down to like $33.65, something wild. Like he marked like $1.35 off the thing. So obviously, I guess he thought he had the right price point or was appropriately priced. So I'm like, okay, he likes his product. He wants the price. I moved up to $20, like crickets for a while. And then I tried and like nothing. He wouldn't respond at all. And I'm like, went up to $25 because I'm like, I'm on a time crunch. I mean, this thing's got to get fucking delivered and everything. And he fucking blocked me. He blocked me. Yeah, he blocked. Yeah, I didn't know if you could even be blocked, but no longer did I have an option to make an offer anymore. So, I mean, you don't get a present because the guy's a dick.
All right. Thanks, Dick.
Yeah, that guy cost you a present, like literally, I swear to God.
Was it cool?
You might get it.
Hey, don't tell me.
Okay.
You probably had somebody else log in.
Katie K's like, you want me to do it? I'm like, it's from the same address. I mean, I've never been... I didn't know you could be blocked, but literally the like make an offer option was off the table.
They probably get that all the time.
It was dude, whatever. I mean, I was negotiating. I mean,
he didn't want to negotiate. Maybe he's an attorney too.
I guess. I don't know. Last week's show, I told you that my chair broke, and I'd get it fixed. And my wife, she is a sign language interpreter by trade. She took a new position, and she got this like high table, and then she got this high chair called a drafting chair. I never heard the term drafting chair in my life, but I sat in her chair. It was awesome. She spent a pretty good penny on it, if you will. But I liked it because you sit up high like you're the king or whatever. So I started looking for drafting chairs on Facebook Marketplace, and I find one that I think is almost identical to hers. And I negotiated that one too, and then negotiated one. Well, he won $100 for it. I got him to take 75, and I'm looking at where the guy is.
Yeah, where did you go?
Fredericksburg, Ohio.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'd run the map on it, and I'm like, damn, it's pretty far. But it was like 53 minutes or 54 minutes away. I had no idea where I was going, rightfully so, because I checked the population of Fredericksburg. You know what the population of Fredericksburg, Ohio is?
450.
409. Dude, 409 people. I had no idea where I was going, but it was southwest of here, and it turned out it was Amish country. It was an awesome drive down there. I mean, there was like undulations and things like that, but it was 100% Amish country. There were buggies and horses everywhere.
Oh yeah, the picture you sent me was unbelievable.
Like unreal. And
in downtown, I guess.
Right. Before I made the trek down there, I run my little errands. You know, I went to the gas station. I ran my car through the car wash. I ran over so much horse shit when I was down there. It was ridiculous. I mean, ridiculous. I had to run it back through the following day because I saw my truck out here and there was like literally like horse crap all over it. But
Did those buggies you saw have any lights on them?
I didn't see lights, but I did see some cheating. Dude, bicycles like crazy, but the bicycles were traveling fast as hell. And I'm like, no way, dude, that's against the rules. Because they were the electronic or motorized or something. Yeah, they're like flying on these motors.
Well,
or
that's
these
the big thing
bicycles.
now. Because these Amish buggies are supposed to have lights on them, and a bunch of Amish people are going to jail. They don't want to pay the
Jail?
fine. They refuse to pay the fine for not having the light on the buggies, so they're opting for jail.
They really? They were
Yeah.
everywhere. Dude, I felt bad for the horses. Like I said, there was like fairly significant elevation changes. Like I was surprised at the hills. I'm watching this one horse go up the hill. Like it's a fucking big hill. The horse like, God damn. You know, like pulling this buggy and this fucking fat bastard with this long beard, you know, like just sitting there doing fucking nothing. I mean, I felt bad. I'm an animal lover, and I felt bad for the horse. So, I mean, it was quite an experience. The guy I bought it from, Greg, he was super cool. I mean, the transaction went well. And here's the other crappy part, no pun intended, besides all the horse shit on my tires when I left town. The chair. It's a fantastic chair, except you sit extremely upright. Like, I'm not trying to have that good a posture.
You have to be able to adjust that. Did you
You
try
can't.
that arm underneath it?
I tried everything. It doesn't. That just elevates it up and down. I love how high you sit up and it's comfortable, but literally, like, it'll push you out. Like, I need like a footstool to like brace myself. I don't know. It was a bad buy. I don't know. We got another story
Well,
or two.
plus it's got wheels on it, and the dog was pushing me around in it.
Dan tried out the chair when he got here, and Oakley, our biggest dog, he's a big fan of Dan's, and he immediately jumped on Dan. Dan went back about 6 feet on the casters, rolling backwards. So probably a miss in regards to the Facebook Marketplace buy. I've done it before. I've missed before. I've hit
You know
some
what would be
good
cool
deals.
is wheeling this out on your driveway and sitting on there and seeing who can go the furthest
No,
without
dude.
getting hit by a car.
I'm not going to go into that story,
That would be fun.
but there's a reason why this 12 by 12 area is called the Flying Turtle Lounge. It's probably just out of camera shot. There's a sign that says Flying Turtle Lounge there. And the Flying Turtle is a probably 70s or 80s toy, scooter. And there used to be competitions going down very steep driveways where
You didn't
people...
get it, it's hanging up.
It's
over
still there, man. It's a piece. I've seen people lose lots of epidermis in
Yeah,
regards to
not on
using
that,
those
yeah,
things.
because it's a lowrider.
My buddy Sam, I think, knocked himself out one night. He hit a bumper. It was a significant obstacle course because there was multiple cars in the driveway. You had to weave in between and out of them. He didn't make it. He made it through like the first gauntlet, and then he cracked his head on the bumper.
Now, see, you're high up. You're above the bumpers on that chair. So
Right, right. So anyway, I got another story or so to tell before we get into everything A to Z on this football game, and
Wait,
it's
we
going to be
gotta do the
awesome.
beer
We
review
do, yeah.
first.
That's what I was getting to. Dan, what we got? Yours?
Saucy Brew Works, local beer.
Yes, sir.
Love you buy.
That's exactly right. Obviously, that's an ode or a nod to our fans. All you guys who have listened and watched all year, this is for you. I picked the beer. Obviously, I'm a themed beer picker. Love you buy. What kind of alcohol content we got, Dan?
8%.
That is in the sweet spot of the
Wow,
real
does this
house.
come in a 4-pack?
No, it's a 6-pack, and it's 12 ounces. It's a what? Hazy imperial ale. Imperial means it's got some alcohol to it. I have a feeling I'm gonna like it, and maybe I get through too. How's it smell? You got flavors?
Smells good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you
Saucy
smell?
Brew Works, I like that. I have that on tap at my house still.
That booth thing
That booth
in the
thing is
fall.
still
You got
in
to
there.
flip that out. Somebody's got to drink that. I like it.
It's good.
It is
It
good.
tastes strong. It doesn't taste well. It doesn't look that thick.
It's hazy.
Definitely got citrusy flavor to it. Love you, bye.
Love you, bye. Yeah, our last scheduled show. Who knows? Dan and I do hang out in the summer. It doesn't take that much to throw up the set. Who knows? Maybe we get drunk and we reconnect with the audience at some point in time. I don't know if that will happen or not. But anyway, yeah, it's certainly a nod to everybody who's watched and listened all year. We greatly appreciate it. So,
That's pretty good. I do like that.
It's awesome.
It doesn't tell you what the flavors are, does it?
Probably small riding. That's not my thing. There's no way I'm going to get to that.
Cleveland. No, it doesn't tell you. It's good.
It's
Can't
super
tell
good.
if it's grapefruity.
You eat grapefruit? Like
Not-
when you put
I
like
haven't
sugar
eaten in
on
a
it, you
while.
like,
It-
and you
it's
gotta get
sugar
a
or
pick and
salt.
like it's got those little like triangles, right?
Yeah,
Grapefruit.
no,
I never
it's-
eat grapefruit.
I haven't done it in a while, but when I did, I liked it. I didn't, dislike it, but it is a lot of work to eat it.
I hear you. I tell you what, I had a big day on Saturday. Big day on Saturday. Just talk to you about how I went down to Fredericksburg.
Man, he was
that
busy.
almost that hour trek down there. And I called Dan on my way back. I'm like, dude, you ever been down here? You ever heard of this town before? And I was telling him all about my story in regards to all the buggies and all that good stuff. And he let me know that he was taking his wife out and her girlfriend, Kim, out to their normal dive bar, I guess. It's become their normal dive bar, Royal Gardens.
Yep.
He invited me. I'm like, yeah, I don't know about all that when we were talking about it on the phone. But what happened was, and Dan was going to go there at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the evening. And I took a nap because it was a long day, going down to Fredericksburg and a lot of excitement in regards to that. I took a nap. And I told my wife about this, like, hey, Dan's going out, maybe I'll join him. And that was in early afternoon when I got back from Fredericksburg. I took a nap, 3:30 to like 5:30, or was laying in bed. I don't know how much I slept. I probably slept for an hour of that 2-hour time slot that we're talking about. But I woke up and my wife was gone. And I'm like, where is she? And I call her, and she was at her mom's playing Rummy Cube or whatever the situation is. And I'm like, I think I'm going to go meet Dan. And she's like, all right. And as it turns out, she would have went. I didn't think that she had any inclination or wanted to go at all. But anyway, it was a miss on my part because I wish she was there because Dan and I and his wife Tammy and her girlfriend Kim, we had a great time. We had a great. Dan's right about the
Dive bar.
Dan's right about the beers being inexpensive. It is 100% a dive bar.
Not only the beers, but the drinks.
Yeah, all of it. Yeah, all
They
of it.
make good drinks.
We did. We didn't pay our full tab. There's a local there named Brian.
Yeah.
And he was on the other side of the bar. There's a dozen people in the place. Brian, who I learned when I was outside smoking a dart with him. One dart. And by the way, I'm talking about
the black. The
Yeah.
Marlboro Black
Look.
or whatever.
Look, I like a cigarette every once in a while when I've been drinking, I promise you. And I smoke Marlboro Ultralights. And I know what the range goes. It goes from like silver to gold to, I don't know, something red. But I've never seen a black pack of Marlboros before. I'm like, what the fuck? But this guy's smoking these black pack of cigarettes. But I'm like, let's go have a dart. We did. I'm like, this one might send me like straight to lung cancer, man, a black one. But we went out there, he obliged, but he was like the life of the party there. There's a jukebox on the wall, but the jukebox doesn't get played. Brian, who I learned when I was out there smoking a dart with him, if you will, he goes there every night, he said, every night. I'm like, they don't serve food. What do you do for food? He goes, I eat a lot of frozen pizza. That's what he said to me. He goes, I eat a lot of frozen pizza. But meanwhile, he was like the life of the party. There's a jukebox on the wall, but that's not what happens in regards to music. I have no idea. Brian runs
Somehow
it
he
from his
has
phone.
the app,
Yeah.
something, and he just plays the music.
And there were a lot of
songs.
There were a lot of requests from our side of the bar, mainly
ton.
your
the
wife
girls,
Tammy and Kim.
They
So,
sang the whole night long.
he was enjoying it. There was a lot going on there. Brian bought like 2 or 3 rounds. 2 hours
For
there,
the
3
entire
while you were
bar.
there. Yeah, for the entire. Well, it only consists of 12 people, and the beer or the drinks are inexpensive, but still,
He
very
did it
nice.
twice. The first time there were 8 people there because I counted, and then the next time when you were there, it was 12. But we reciprocated and made sure Brian was fine.
How so?
Buying a beer. I bought him a beer. You bought him a beer.
I did.
Yeah.
My tab was $21 when I left, and I was there for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Usually I rack up about $75-$80 worth of drinks. I mean, it consisted of.
How about Jack Sparrow's sister next to you? Do you remember what she said?
What did she say?
What she said?
Not that I was intoxicated,
So
but
and so should eat a dick.
oh, she
I
was
was like,
foul mouthed.
what the hell?
The person to the stool to the left of me was a little bit foul mouthed. She was fine. I guess she was
Eat
having
a
a good time.
dick.
Eat a dick. I like that. I mean, I don't like that. Hold on,
her
I came out
mouth.
wrong.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah, so I use that saying every once in a while when I'm pissed off at somebody, but that literally no chance. In any event, so it was a good time. I'm glad I went. I wish Katie was there. We had a lot of fun. I had one draft beer, an IPA off of the tap because I like draft beer, and I had
What
some
did you have? It was what?
Red Bull vodka, sugar-free Red Bull and vodka.
No. What was the draft?
Oh,
Spaceballs or something?
Space something,
Space-
Assyrium or Illyrium or
Yeah,
I don't know
it
what
was
the
a brewery
brand was.
with an E, and it was something Space Dust.
Yes, it was good. It was super good. Had one of those, and then we ended up having a little beer shot there as well. I took a shot glass home as a souvenir because I don't go out very often. Sorry about that, Sam. Sam is the female owner of Sam's, what's it called? Royal Gardens.
Royal Gardens.
Yes. So, anyway, that was a big Saturday for me. I never leave. It was a lot of fun, though. I wish Katie was there. Dan, you made a life-changing decision on
I
Saturday
did.
as well.
Friday.
Dan goes to the barber. Well, who's your barber?
Fabulous Phil.
Fabulous Phil. And Dan has a very similar hairdo to mine. I know you've seen both of our, I think, hairdos during the summer. Dan, a lot of times in the early part of the season when we shoot the show, you'll wear a ball cap or something like that. I usually don't wear ball caps terribly often. I don't have much hair, neither does Dan. But Dan decided to go
Take it off.
Mr. Clean. He decided he's going to go clippers and do his own hair cutting.
Yeah, it's already growing back.
Did you buy
in.
your
I'm like,
clippers?
what the hell? No, not yet.
Wahl, W-A-H-L.
Yes.
I've been cutting my own hair in my master bathroom for a good probably dozen years.
I've been
I would
looking
guess.
at Amazon online and these little
That's good.
grinder things. Yeah, you know.
Dan goes like, dude, that's like straight going Mr. Clean though. I mean, I'll take my hand out too. I keep some, just so everybody knows.
Screw it, I don't want it. It looks
Yeah.
stupid.
Dude, you
I
going.
tried keeping that flat top thing going, but when I looked in the mirror and saw the back, I'm like, what the hell? It's like a little stripe I got here. It looks stupid.
Mr. Clean,
I
man.
can't believe none of my friends said you look stupid. Just get rid of it.
No, I don't know about. Nobody's gonna say that. But I think you got to keep a little stubble. I'm a half
keep
guard
a
or
stubble.
1/4 guard or whatever it is. I want people to know that I actually can grow hair and things like that. I mean, that's really telling.
Fabulous
so
Phil
obvious.
knew he was losing a client. He's like, oh, I can lower the price, but you're going to have to come in more often. And I'm like, that doesn't help me.
No, and the highest end clippers that you can probably buy is like $60. I mean, dude, I can't tell you
Oh,
how
I've
much
been
money
looking
I've
at
saved.
clippers that are higher than that. This is a life change.
All right,
I mean,
Dan's
if
gonna
I
go
invest
top end.
$150 in clippers,
You're gonna go top end. Go
hell,
for
I'm
it.
saving
Swing
all
for
this
it.
money on fucking haircuts.
Dan's frugal as fuck. He's so
I am
lying.
frugal.
So there's no way that's gonna happen. I'm telling you, you can get a great clipper set for $50-$60 easily, and you won't have any problems. And we got this little vacuum. It's a whole process in the master bathroom.
Dude, I've been looking at these ones where the hairs stay in the thing.
In the
you
what?
have to vacuum. You just empty the hair out.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't have that high tech of a clipper, but I can't tell you how much money I've saved over the years in regards to doing that myself. So anyway, good for Dan making that life-changing decision. So anyway, we're gonna talk to you about how to make your own Super Bowl party great. Let's talk about menu. Well, Dan, it's your birthday, so it's kind of whack. But I always do theme meals over here. And Dan, what do you got going on? Do you know yet? Do you know who's going to be there? How many people are going to be there? Or whatever the situation
Well, I
is?
just anticipate it's the usual people, so it's just
Your family?
people in our family. But
Tyler Delaney will be there.
yeah, and then Delaney's boyfriend. So Saturday night, since it's my birthday, we're going to Alexander Pierce.
Yep. We talked about that place before.
Yep. And then Sunday, we are going to the brunch at the Sheridan in the Falls,
Oh, really?
which I heard was fantastic. So
Really?
we have reservations there at 12:15.
You have to have reservations for brunch?
Yeah.
I mean, it's picturesque. I've been there plenty of times. It overlooks this, like, waterfallish, like,
The Kaga River.
river. Yeah,
Yeah.
It almost looks like a creek there because it's so small there, but obviously it opens up. The Kaga River is
I
significant.
don't know if they still have the waterfall there or not. They might have blasted that out.
I mean, it's a wall of windows. It's really cool. It's really cool. We used to have our office party there a couple of different times, and I remember doing that and been there plenty of times. Anyway,
So we're doing brunch, and then our menu consists of Philly cheesesteak, and then I am doing barbecue chicken wings on the smoker.
There you go. That's very themey. Obviously, Philly cheesesteaks is from Philadelphia. Name, right there. Foods that are significant or famous for our two participants in the Super Bowl, Philadelphia and Kansas City. We'll start with Kansas City first. By the way, they're the away team, even though we're at a neutral site, obviously. I'll talk about that in a second. But Kansas City, known for, obviously, ribs. Burnt ends. Burnt ends are the ends of brisket, right?
Yep.
Yeah. You can get those. You get them at the big stores. I haven't seen them at the local grocery stores here, Acme, Giant Eagle. But you can certainly get them at the Costco's, the BJ's, or the Sam's Clubs, or whatever it is. They
Or
sell
go
them.
get a
They're not
brisket
cheap.
and make your own.
They're not cheap. Wow. You can only get so many ends out of a brisket, right?
Well, yeah.
It's a tip? Is that what it
It's
is?
the end of the
I mean, I love brisket, but burnt ends is something that you could swing for.
Or you can make poor man's burnt ends and use a chuck roast.
Yeah, if you got the budget for it,
Actually, the chuck roast would probably be better because it's got more fat in it.
there you go. Here, what we're gonna do, we are gonna do for Kansas City. They're also known for something called chicken spadini, which is an Italian term, and what is basically chunks of chicken on skewers that are grilled, but with like lemon and butter. I'm gonna use my own concoction. I'm not gonna do lemon butter. I'm not a fan of the lemon butter thing. I think I am gonna make some of that. My wife loves chicken. She doesn't eat red meat. We are gonna do Philly steaks. Philly steaks.
Where'd you get your meat from?
We're not. It's Steakums.
Get out of here, you steakums, my ass.
We are.
I called Al's Meat Market and got 5 pounds. They're slicing it thin for me.
Are they?
Hell yeah, they are.
You got to go that route. My wife loves. We're gonna do.
That's not.
I know.
Fuck,
I
that's
know.
like
I
eating
know. I know.
Piece of fat sandpaper. Ugh,
I tell you what.
yuck.
Well, we'll talk about that. Yeah, that's some processed shit right there. The Steakums. My wife loves
Processed.
chicken Steakums, and obviously we're gonna do that. And we're gonna do the regular Steakums.
I think the Steakum factory is right next to the freaking water factory that's cleaning shit out, and we got our Steakum thing in here straining the shit, and then they make Steakums out
I
of
hear.
that.
If you don't, Dan, how about while we're on processed shit?
Jeez,
While
I ordered 5 pounds of this fucking meat. Do you want me to give you a pound?
5 fucking pounds. What are you gonna do with that?
It's so
Dan,
thin,
5 pounds.
and you make a sandwich.
But it's still weight's weight, dude. It doesn't matter how
Doesn't
thin it
matter.
is.
The last
It does
time,
fry up to
the
nothing,
last
though, is what you're
time the
saying.
Eagles were in, I ordered 2, and that wasn't enough. So I got plenty. Do you want me to?
No,
You want
no,
me to test
no,
that and get you some real
no. And this is gonna be done before. I'm not missing this game. This is a freaking great football game. I
meat? You
can't
can
wait for it.
cook the meat. What the hell?
By the way, and
Steakums.
I talked
People
about.
in Philadelphia are probably going, that ain't, what, steak?
I knew I was gonna get grief for this. My wife
Steak.
loves chicken Steakums, and the other stuff I've had them before. Meanwhile, the way you doctor them up is key. And the other thing is, by the way, let's talk
How
about
do
it.
you make it taste like meat? That's what I'm curious.
With all the other shit I'm gonna do to it. But anyway, do you know what? If you order a Philly cheesesteak at Geno's or Pat's or whatever it is in Philadelphia, if you don't specify the cheese, you know what cheese comes with it?
Cheese whiz.
Whiz! Yes! Speaking of processed shit, what the fuck is Cheese Whiz? I've had it before, but you talk
Cheese
about
in a
some
can.
processed shit. Holy shit.
We're doing white American.
Really?
Yeah.
I would prefer Swiss on mine. Provolone, probably. Mozzarella, I don't know.
What kind of... Are you... I don't think you're making Philly cheesesteak.
We are. On the skillet, there's going to be lots of green peppers, onions, mushrooms. You're going to have your choice of what you want to put on it. But I'm going to do this ahead of time, and my wife says she's not doing this shit, and I'm not going to miss the game.
That's because you're using fake fucking meat.
I'm fine. The other thing is that Philadelphia's not
Can't you get a Hot Pocket that's Philly cheesesteak? That's what you're doing.
No, it's any better.
Hot
He's talking about bread now. You know what?
That's the key.
You think I'm cheap with the Steakums, right? Wait till you hear this. I'm going to Jimmy John's on Saturday morning and getting the day-old bread. They have fucking great day-old bread. It's 50 cents a loaf, like a 1.5 foot long loaf. There you go. That sounded a little thuddy, Dan. You sure you finished that?
Yeah, I finished it.
I'm going to Jimmy John's for the bread. They have great bread, 50 cents. You can't beat it. You buy a loaf of bread like that at any grocery store these days,
a good
it's
idea.
$3 or $3 to $4 for a loaf.
I'm going
50
to Jimmy
cents.
John's before you.
I'll tell you, I'll go find
I
one.
was wondering about the bread.
Are you going somewhere?
I've got to pee.
Anyway, also, pretzels, stuffed pretzels and regular soft pretzels is a Philadelphia native thing. We're going to have that. I'll probably make a dip. Over here, we're going to have all four of our boys. So Connor's coming home from Columbus from being an OSU student. He's going to be here. He's not going to miss this. His girlfriend will be here, Bree. Keaton will be here. Gavin, Ethan will be here. Katie, obviously, my wife, will be here. We'll see if Barbara and Bill are going to be here. Hopefully they come. They've been here like almost every year. Barbara's a little under the weather. Hopefully she starts feeling a little bit better. I would love to have them here. I'll probably make a dip as well. Some sort of, I don't know. Speaking of processed shit, it'll probably involve Velveeta. Talk about processed cheese making the show. Holy shit. Anyway, that's what's going to happen here. So I think that's everything in regards to this before we start talking about the game. But we're not going to really talk about the game. We're going to talk about all the fun stuff that happens ahead of time. I told you, you're going to get A to Z on this game. And you're going to be well-versed for anybody who's at your party, and you're going to know everything. So
We have to still talk about your meat choice for your Philly cheesesteak. Seriously, that's disgusting.
obviously you don't like it.
No.
So that's
terrible.
what's going to happen.
What? No, what's going to happen after we get off the show, I'm going to convince you to get the meat from my guy.
All right.
This
Al,
is the dude
Mark the
this
Mechanic
is the
Show.
dude that brought his smoker out and cooked at my son's graduation party.
Can I make it all ahead of time though? Because I don't want to miss.
Yes,
and I don't want
it's
to
just
cook.
fresh freaking meat. It's
We'll
not
talk
that-
about that. I tell
You
you,
just gotta cook it.
one
You're
thing
gonna
it's not
cook
going to
that-
change is the chicken steakums. I guarantee you that much.
Well, that's fine. You get the chicken steak. I can't do
No,
that.
shit, my wife loves them. I like
If you're a
to-
real
the-
husband, you just slice up chicken breasts thin and cook her. And say,
No,
"Here you
I like
go,
to make her
honey."
happy. She likes chicken steakums. That's what's going to happen
that's
here. We're
disgusting.
talking too much about food right now. But
That's
anyway,
'cause I want to throw up.
and your party. I mean, squares. Obviously, squares are normal. Dean has something here.
Yeah, my office sent this out. Little fun game.
Yeah, there's all kinds of different things. A yes and no. Basically, what it looks like. Read a couple of them, Dan.
Number one, coin toss, heads or tails. Okay, that's easy.
You got to choose one or the other.
Yeah, team to receive the opening kickoff. Philadelphia, Kansas City. Team to score first. Team to score last.
How many are on there? There must
Team-
be like 20 on there.
20.
20.
Team to score last in the first half. Team to make the first field goal. Team to make the first touchdown. Team first penalized, accepted.
Yeah. All kinds of different things. Either you pick Philadelphia or Kansas City on a fun game. Everybody puts their selections in. Whoever gets the most right is the winner of the pot.
Total interceptions, over and under, total fumbles, longest field goal, which team, longest touchdown, which team, total combined points, over and under, point spread. I mean,
Yeah, these are all, I mean, you can get something like this, I'm pretty sure, off the internet. I can take a picture of Dan's sheet that he obviously is reading off of right now and send it to you on our Facebook page if you want to do that. Obviously, it's on top of the cage. Everybody knows that. But yeah, that and squares. I'll probably do a squares game. I usually am the one who's donating it, $100, whatever it is, with the kids. We'll let them fill it out. I might put mine. Since I'm the bank anyway, it might be like my squares might be like do a fireball shot. Do a little beer shot. I don't know. I hadn't really thought about it. That'd be more than doing shots. Maybe I'll make one of the kids like French kiss a dog. I don't know.
Oh,
That'd be different. Like all my squares, they won't be like, they won't say Ken. So
French
we'll make it
kiss
fun
up
over
there.
here. But those are different ways to make your Super Bowl party fun. And I'm sure Dan's would be great. It's his birthday, for the love of God. Dan, what year? If you don't mind.
35.
Right on. Looking youthful, except for that fucking hairdo.
Hey, come on.
Anyway, I told you everything.
Male pattern baldness affects millions of men.
Me as well. I tell you what, bald is beautiful, right?
I don't give a shit.
Me neither, man. I think I look good. Anyway,
I actually thought it looked good too.
yeah, it's all about swag and confidence is really what it is.
give
I
a
promise
shit.
you. So, Anyway, I told you everything about the game A to Z, and it's going to happen.
No one really noticed. My kids noticed.
Dan wants to talk more about his new hairdo.
Friday night, my kids noticed, and my wife's like,
Did your wife notice? That's a big question.
She's like, wait, what? And she's like, yeah, you got a haircut. And they're like, my kids are like, yeah, it's completely gone. And she's like, bend your head down. And she's like, oh, it is gone.
Did you like, rub my head?
Yeah, no, she's
you
like,
say that?
I mean, she's.
Come on, that's a perfect opportunity. You gotta say, rub my head.
I didn't say rub nothing.
Is it stubbly?
Oh, now it is.
Yeah. Dude, you can't fucking go
That's
on
why I need that grinder thing and get rid of this
grinder. Grinder. It's not a grinder. Anyway, I'm done talking about your hair.
All right, let's go.
All right. I told you A to Z on this game. It starts probably tomorrow. This show's being shot on Wednesday, our traditional shoot day. You'll see it on Thursday morning. I'm going to put it up as early as I can. I get to work. I know everybody wants to see this, and they want to place their bets, hear what we have to say. I guess. I hope. In any event, I mean, all the entertainment is starting already this week. I mean, it's star-studded. I mean, this is an event. I mean, you're talking about Snoop Dogg out there doing performances. Drake, my band, Dave Matthews Band is out there. Country artists, Aldean, Luke Combs is doing a show out there. 21 Savage, Machine Gun Kelly. I mean, they're all out there. I mean, this is an event.
Can we talk about Rihanna for a minute?
She's coming up. I don't want to talk about her yet. She's halftime. She's not yet. Not yet. We'll start with the game in regards to entertainment while we're on it. America the Beautiful will be sung by Babyface. You know who Babyface is? Remember Babyface? You don't? Kenneth Edmonds? He ain't Babyface anymore. He's 64 years old. As my wife says, black doesn't crack. He was termed or coined Babyface because of his youthful appearance at all times. So he'll be doing America the Beautiful. On the anthem, Stapleton. We have Chris Stapleton. And I can't wait.
What's the over and under?
I don't know that. That's not on the prop bet board.
Hell?
But I have a good handful or so of prop bets that I like and I'm going to share with you guys. I love Stapleton.
Country guy?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Under.
Big B. Big B. I don't know if Stapleton's going to show up with his acoustic or his electric guitar. He can play the shit out of both of them. Katie, my wife, and I went to a concert last year at Blossom, awesome venue here in Cuyahoga Falls. Amazing show. I can't wait to see that. By the way, speaking of that, and Katie, on the...
Did she date the drummer?
No. We're not getting that either. On the American Sign Language for the anthem is Troy Kotzer, who is an Oscar-winning deaf person. The award-winning film from 2021, CODA, which I should have checked with my wife. I think it stands for Children of Deaf Adults. But it was a very popular film back in 2021. He will be doing the American Sign Language. You're like, why the hell is he talking about that? It's because I love my wife, and my wife is a wickedly talented sign language interpreter.
We should have her stand back here and sign so more people can be involved with her.
Oh my God, it'd be awesome. She would never do it. I wish she was on. I've asked her multiple times to be on the show, but I tell you, she's wickedly. To give you an idea how talented she is, the Cavs, the Cleveland Cavaliers, won the NBA championship a good 6-7 years ago, right?
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Wait, shout out to hometown favorite LeBron James for the scoring title.
How about that? Yeah, LeBron.
Fantastic.
Not to hijack it, but yeah, congratulations. Obviously, I'm super proud that he's a local kid here. Obviously, he went to the same school as Jan.
I'm super proud that I actually coached that kid doing
It's fucking amazing, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
And
I'm like, when I saw it on the news this morning, I'm like, holy shit.
It was not part of the board, I tell you what. And it was late last night. The game was in LA.
At 10 o'clock.
Right. I didn't see it. I saw everything, afterwards this morning on the internet or whatever on CBS Sports or ESPN or whatever it is. But I tell you what, he's obviously a great basketball player, and he broke the all-time scoring record, which people didn't think was going to be broken. And I watch a fair amount of basketball. And LeBron, he doesn't force his scoring, if you ask me. I mean, he's a great passer. His basketball IQ is amazing. I mean, he doesn't force his scoring like a Steph Curry does or anything like that. He doesn't. He makes the right play. I mean, kudos to him. He deserves it.
His family was there on the assists, too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's insane.
He's a great passer. His IQ is amazing. He makes the right play. He's never forced his scoring. He's never forced taking shots when it wasn't open and things like that. I think he is the greatest basketball player the planet's seen.
There's no doubt.
I mean, the question is Jordan, right? And here's the thing.
I don't think it's a question because Jordan was present at that game last night.
And obviously he broke Kareem's record. Nobody thought it was going to be broken. Him and Kareem haven't had the best relationship in the world, but it was very cordial. It was very good. It was awesome to see it. All LeBron's family was there. Obviously his wife, his daughter, his 2 kids. And there was a lot of people out there. I mean, people like LeBron.
3 kids.
Yeah, he has the 2 boys and
a little girl.
Siri? I forget what her name is. I forget what her name is. And there's Bronny and Bryce are his 2 boys. Obviously, they have some notoriety from being pretty good basketball players. Impossible to live up to what he is. In any event, good for LeBron James. I love it that he's from our area. I didn't mean to get this hijacked. And we were talking about Stapleton doing the anthem and Troy Kotzer, the Oscar winner, doing the ASL. And I mentioned it because my wife, once again, wicked good. To give you an idea, we started talking about the Cavs. That's where we got to. I'm sorry. I kind of pieced my way back there. Mike, to give you an idea how good of an American Sign Language interpreter she is, she was requested to do the Cleveland Cavaliers parade and be on stage when the owner talks, when the general manager talks, when all the players talks. And she tells me about this, right? This 6-7 years ago, I'm like, fuck yeah. I'm like, we're in. I'm like doing rock signs. I'm like, I'm in. She's like, there's no we. And she goes, I don't want to do it. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm going up there with like a case of Bud Light on, be chucking beers into the audience. I mean, that's what parades are for.
Dude, I did not know this.
She was requested to do the parade.
And she did not do it?
She declined. I tried to talk her into it. That's how talented she is. I mean,
holy shit.
I mean, you could ask a lot of people to do that.
They could have flown us in.
Flown us? There's only Cleveland we would have driven.
Do you know the traffic up there? How the hell? I'm not walking
helicoptered
to the
in.
stage.
Like, seriously, I'm like trying to be on stage. I probably got escorted off within the first 5 minutes. But anyway, she did not want to do it. She's not a thing with crowds except for the Dave Matthews Band or necessarily putting herself out there. But anyway, I'm like chirping on my wife a little bit here in regards to her talent.
I can't believe that this is the first
You didn't know that?
No. This is the first time I'm hearing that. I'm going to...
That's how talented she is.
I'm really going to bring this up. Yeah.
After the show, I think Dan's going to give Katie some grief. We're looking forward to it.
What was that?
The business. He was giving him the business, right?
Yeah, giving him the business.
All right, that's Stapleton on the anthem. I can't wait to see if he does the acoustic or the electric guitar. It's going to be amazing. As far as the flyover goes, I'm not positive about this. I don't know if it's all female pilots or partially female pilots. But it's
what's partially?
Whether or not some of the pilots are going to be male and some are going to be female. But anyway, it's a celebration.
It could be a guy dressed like a girl.
Okay, we're not going to get into that. I know Dan likes getting at San Francisco's not playing in the Super Bowl.
Biden's military.
But it's the 50th anniversary of women in the Navy. So
shit, it better be all women.
So that's
Real
super cool.
women.
So that's cool. That's a little nugget. Like I told you, I'm going to give you all kinds of good nuggets that you're going to know everything to impress your friends or family at the Super Bowl. Halftime performance. It will be performed by Robin Fenty. Stage name Rihanna.
Okay. She's a fabulous performer. Love her songs. And I meant to bring this up because they've been advertising her for the halftime show for all through the playoffs?
Yes. I'm a huge fan of Rihanna.
Okay. That hairdo thing they got going on.
Lots going on, right? Like horns.
Dr. Seuss shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, wait, is Dr. Seuss doing the halftime show?
Maybe. She's no Dr. Seuss. She is the super hot Barbadian.
With that freaking hairdo, I mean, that's straight out of a Dr. Seuss book. Any book. If you got one at home, open it up, and you've seen that hairdo.
My wife will tell you I love Rihanna. She is the super hot Barbadian, hails from Barbados. She has 14 #1 hits. They include Umbrella. They include Rude Boy. One of my favorites.
You have Smoking Hot on here.
Smoking Hot. What did I say? Super hot?
I don't know.
Smoking Hot, super. All the above. My wife knows I have a crush on Rihanna. Riri, as I call her. I don't really know her, but anyway. Robin Fenty.
9-time Grammy winner.
9-time Grammy winner. 14 #1 hits. We have not seen Rihanna take the stage for a half a decade. And it's almost to the day the last time that Rihanna performed on stage was the 2018 Grammys. She is not only an amazing performer, she has built an empire, a fashion empire. Her net worth starts or ends with a B. I promise you. I can't wait to see it. You see I'm scrambling around. I'm going to watch this halftime performance. We haven't seen this girl put on a show in 5 years. So I can't wait for it. I'm looking forward to it.
Sounds like you're going to watch the halftime performance and then be in the bathroom for like the third
Stop
quarter.
it. Dave's making a show dirty. That's not going to happen. I'm super happy at home. I promise you. Dan's hijacking the show, making it go somewhere I don't want it to be.
I'm just
One thing we didn't
stating the obvious.
One thing we didn't talk about is commercials, and I'm not a commercial guy at all. I know Dan is a commercial guy. Every once in a while, like during the summer, he'll say, "Did you see this commercial?" I'm like, "No, fuck, no,
my
no."
God, I saw.
If you have commercial leaks, what have we got going on with commercials? Anything?
Well, I'm curious. There's one with Dave Grohl and Crown Royal. I'm curious to see that one.
I'm a huge fan of Dave Grohl. He's the lead singer of Foo Fighters, the ex-drummer of Nirvana.
There's another one with Sarah McLachlan and Bush Light, where it makes a play on, because Sarah McLachlan does the.
What's that song? What's that song? Super famous song.
The song when
Dan's good at song quiz.
No, I'm not good at this song quiz because
Not Dan Duran. Not Duran.
It's the dog commercial when they're rescuing the animals, and I hate that commercial because I change it.
Yeah, it's hard. We love animals.
But there's some kind of Bush Light and her doing something on a commercial that's supposed to be pretty good.
And we're going to talk about a commercial that's going to come up here in the third quarter, and it's betting wise, and I'll get to it in a minute.
Well, wait, and this is way off subject.
Oh, here we go. Dan, my co-host, he's freelancing here.
I am freelancing. Saturday Night Live, which
never watch.
And the show's blown for the last couple of years. But 2 weeks ago, Saturday Night Live did I can't remember, Michael B. Jordan, which I really don't know who that guy is.
I do to an extent. Well, I don't know.
Okay, he was on the show. It was 2 weeks ago.
Is he the actor or is he the singer? I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay.
I honestly don't know. But they did a Jake from State Farm spoof commercial. It was freaking hysterical.
On Saturday Night Live?
It was hysterical.
Was it this Saturday after Royal Gardens?
No, it was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. All right.
You got to look it up because it's kind of long. It draws out, but the end is freaking hysterical. Loved it because everybody knows Jake from State Farm, right?
Right. Everybody knows it. Very famous. It's kind of come up on the board again.
You got to Google SNL Jake from State Farm and watch the video because you'll laugh.
Maybe.
You will laugh. I'm telling you.
We'll see. I'm a little skeptical. We'll see.
It's good.
I put it on the board. I'm trying to get everything on the board. And the board, like there's small writing in regards to our little cheat sheet, if you will. I did put the season totals on here. I do want to do that before we start talking about the game, and there's quite a bit to talk about even before the game, starts here. But season totals: Dame at 132, 147 and 4, 15 games under. He's 6-6 on the postseason. I had my best season yet. This is season 3 for us.
Oh shit! I got to bring that trophy over.
Yeah, I'm good. No, I made that for you. It's a perfect piece in your garage. Dana's an equally amazing garage as I do. I went 150, 129 for 21 over 500, and I'm most proud of my elephant picks. The best bets on the year. I'm 15-6 at this point in time. So I mean that's a huge number. I think I've done a good service for you guys who listen week in and week out. And
I've done a shitty service. So
that's all right.
Don't ever listen to me.
You're the best co-host anybody can ask for. You have all kinds of good dumb shit that you talk about. So anyway. We're on the game a little bit here. Here's the thing, and we're going to talk about this game, and they're talking about record-breaking numbers. They're talking about the estimated people that are going to bet on the Super Bowl is 50 million people. That is 20%. 20% of the U.S. population. The estimated total wagers that are expected is $16 billion. That's a B. $billion on this game. That's how big the National Football League is.
So that's why I still get mail from DraftKings.
Yeah, they're huge. I mean, and we're going to talk, and DraftKings and FanDuel, they're probably the biggest ones. You got MGM who's out there, Bet365. There's quite a few huge things. Barstool, I know my buddy Jay likes Barstool. I don't know exactly why. I got to ask him why that. Dan, let's get another one. Going for beer 3? Beer 3. I'm on beer 2. I don't know why I'm like harping on this, but we're on to the game 2 a little bit, and I refer to this as the Big Red Bowl. And that Big Red refers to Andy Reid. He was the coach of the Philadelphia Eagles for 14 years. He's been the coach of the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know how long, but it seems like a long fucking time, right, Dan?
Seems like 10 years.
Yeah, it's got to be close to a decade if it's not. There's a lot of firsts in this game. The Kelsey brothers. How about that? This is the first time that we're going to have a Super Bowl where brothers are opposing players in the game. And that is Jason Kelsey, who is the star center for the Philadelphia Eagles, and Travis Kelsey, who everybody knows because people like offense, the star tight end of the Kansas City Chiefs. Both went to the University of Cincinnati, homegrown people.
I not know the other one because he's the center.
I just said that.
Offense.
No, I just said that. He's a star center.
Star. Okay.
Jason. I mean, he's been a Pro Bowler for a long time.
Well, and both of them are from Cleveland Heights.
They are like star-studded. They both went to the University of Cincinnati. They have a podcast that is wildly popular called The Heights, meaning they haven't lost their roots. I mean, they specifically named it after where they grew up and started playing backyard football. So I mean, that's really cool.
And a side note, and I think I mentioned this earlier, that was the one game I went to my alma mater. St. V was playing Cleveland Heights, and Cleveland Heights came in undefeated.
This year?
This year.
Okay.
D1 school, and we beat them.
Did you?
I was shocked.
That's awesome. Dan loves high school football. He absolutely does. Obviously, we talk a lot about that during the opening, 4 6 weeks.
That was their only loss in the regular season.
Yeah.
Cleveland Heights. Yeah.
I told you Dan loves high school football. We're talking about high school football meaninglessly for no reason. But anyway, that's pretty awesome. The first time we have, quote-unquote, 2 black quarterbacks starting in the Super Bowl, although Pat Mahomes is biracial.
Okay, well, and what was it? I mean, because nothing's on. I've been watching this stupid bullshit opening night and shit. First of all.
Opening night for what?
The Super Bowl.
Okay.
You didn't watch that?
No. I've been watching a lot of movies with my wife.
Oh.
We watched Memory last night.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
We watched a ton of movies. Sorry.
I watched a movie last night on Peacock, and did you see the trailer for Violent Night? It was a Christmas movie.
I think I did. I think I heard something about that. I don't know about seeing the trailer.
Like
I didn't watch the trailer.
Santa's the Terminator.
Yeah, I saw some. Maybe
Holy
a TV
shit.
I 100% didn't watch the trailer.
Well, but the commercials that were on TV. The commercials that were on TV did not do the movie justice. All right?
Oh, it's good.
I put it on just... I was curious. I wanted to see it. Yeah, last night I watched this. The first 30 minutes are freaking hysterical.
Yeah?
I mean, it was like a comedy. And I'm like, the movie was good. So the title is weird. It's called Violent Night. It's streaming on Peacock. You can see it for free. I would watch at least the first freaking 30 minutes. It's a riot. I mean, it's the real Santa. Santa's driving her. The opening scene, Santa is in a pub in England drinking.
It's a Christmas movie.
Yes. It's hysterical.
Is it going to rival Die Hard for the best Christmas movie of all time?
It'll beat Die Hard. When more people start watching, I think the advertisement was wrong. I think the title is wrong. It's just, you got to watch it. It's funny. It kind of drags on at the end. I mean, it gets,
how long is it?
It gets stupid. I don't know, like an hour and a half.
No, that's good. That's good. Because I always ask my wife, like, we start going through this stuff. Netflix,
First
Amazon
freaking
Prime.
30 minutes are hysterical. Hysterical. I was laughing. I was like, wait, where's the violence?
Yeah, I swear to God, I think I've watched like 4 to 6 movies with Katie over the last like 2 weeks. I never do that. We've had some clunkers, and we've watched it to the end, and we've had some good ones. We watched Memory last night. My wife loves Liam Neeson. I tried to put on this kind of like soft porn one named Chloe. I don't know if anybody's seen that one. But then we decided against it, and we went with Memory, which is this. Of course, Liam Neeson's in it. Like, a lot of people die. Like, lots of people die, and that's in her wheelhouse. She loves watching people die.
Yeah, well, after the Super Bowl, it starts, and I think it's a Netflix show.
I'm going to bed after the Super Bowl.
Trailer Park Boys.
What?
I'm watching that.
Is that what?
Two idiots.
What platform is that on?
Netflix.
Netflix. Yeah, we have Netflix, we have Hulu, we have Amazon Prime. We do not. Well, we recently all of a sudden have HBO Max, a phone call day, but we're not getting this because this show's running like wildly long.
Yeah. Now, I got off topic talking about that movie. What the hell were we talking about?
We're almost at the game, Dan. We're almost at the game. We were talking about it being a big Red Bowl, the Andy Reid Bowl. We're talking about first. We're talking about the Kelseys. We're talking about the first two black quarterbacks starting. And talking about biracial. The other one I want to talk about is.
How's the biracial dude the first black guy? That's what
I'm not going to question all that stuff. First, if you will. This game is being played in Glendale, Arizona at the State Farm Center, or not State Farm Center, State Farm Stadium. That gives me some pause for concern. You know why? Because there's so many players, coaches in State Farm commercials from the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, Andy Reid's
Pat Mahomes, fucking mustaches on people.
Like, that makes me a little nervous that this game is playing at State Farm Stadium, which is the home of the Arizona Cardinals, and all these guys, these Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes, like
bath bombs in the whirlpool.
Yeah, they're like the spokespeople for State Farm. All of a sudden, outside of Jake. So anyway,
so good thing I threw that Jake thing from Saturday Night Live in.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing that makes me a little nervous about the play And I told Dan, and I haven't told Dan who I'm picking. I've decided, but this is a great Super Bowl, and we're gonna get to it. We're really close. I mean, here we go with some of the real stuff. Carl Cheffers is the referee for the game. I would say him and his crew. It's not. It's a mixed crew. I think it's a bad decision.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like an all-star team. Carl Cheffers is your referee. He will be the person you see on the mic.
Did you hear Goodell's comments today about how the refereeing was this year?
I did. He said it was the best he's ever seen or something like that, right? Obviously, Dan and I disagree. It's got to get better.
It's awful.
The technology has to be better. All of it has to be better. And we had talked about it. I mean, there was a lot of issues in regards to the Cincinnati, Kansas City game. And Dan and I talked about it.
Yeah.
And Dan's idea to do the dead week for the Super Bowl that nobody fucking watched at all. Thank you. Anyway, not like a stick at you. I just told Dan it was a bad idea. But anyway, Carl Cheffers. And Carl Cheffers is fine. I have no problems with him.
Did he ref one of those championship games?
Odds are yes. I don't know which one. He's middle of the road in regards to calling penalties. He's not on the high end. He's not on the low end. He's right there in the middle. But I wish they would just like Cheffers and his crew. If they're going to pick Cheffers to be the referee.
Dude, you're the NFL. Why don't you have full-time refs? I mean, seriously. I can't go do my job if I'm a part-time ref, so I'm supposed to work and then go travel and do a game and then go back and screw that. They should be full-time refs in the NFL. Well, you got so much friggin' money, it's not even funny.
Well, I don't know what the referees and the officiating staffs get paid, but
make them full-time people and study your craft.
Well, I get all that, but my issue is that it's kind of like an all-star crew as far as the referee and the officiating crew go. But Carl Cheffers was chosen as the referee, and meaning like they thought he performed, I think, the best during the regular season, if you will, as a referee. But let him have his crew because there's chemistry in regards to officiating crews as well.
If
as opposed to like an all-star side judge or line judge or whatever it is. I don't think that makes a ton of sense. In any event.
Well, do you know the side people, if you're on, and we'll say the Browns are playing the Steelers, on the first half, if you're on the Browns side, the second half you're on the Steelers side? Do you know that?
Apparently I don't understand the question. For the referee?
The
side judges and the line judges? The side judges and the line judges. The referee never changes.
No. If you're on the Browns side in the first half, you would be on the Steelers side in the second half, and vice versa.
I don't
Did you know that?
I did not know that. I don't have a problem with it. I mean, you're gonna get some chirping from both sides, and maybe someone slips you $100 bill. Fuck, who knows?
Yeah,
I don't know.
hey,
Could be shady, you know. Who knows? I don't know about
After
that.
that
I have no
time,
idea
you come
about
on
that.
and go, hey, Steve over there told me you were busting his balls, so don't do that shit to me
Right.
because I'll fucking kick you in the nuts.
Right. I don't know. I mean, I think that makes a lot of sense to actually do that, frankly. I don't have any problems with that. As far as the game goes, the Eagles are the home team. It alternates every year. They are the home team. The NFC is designated as the home team this year, which means a couple of different things. It means they get the home locker room, which is a big deal, and they also get to pick their jerseys. The Philadelphia Eagles will be wearing their green jerseys. The Kansas City Chiefs will be wearing their white jerseys. One other thing, right before the game, coin toss, right? Crazy stat. The last 8 years, the winner of the coin toss, the team that won the coin toss, has lost the game. Wild stat. Like wild stat. Tails never fails. I don't know. Heads, whatever.
The other stat of the 56 previous Super Bowls.
I'm going to let Dan talk. I have to pee. I apologize. I told Dan before the game, before the show started. I hope I don't have to pee. But I can't wait to talk about this game. It's the most evenly matched Super Bowl game that I've kind of seen in a long time. I'm looking so much forward to it. I got to pee. Dan, talk about some random shit.
Random shit. The team that wears white out of the 56 Super Bowls that have been played, the team in white has won 36 times.
What?
So, what do you mean, what?
How many times?
36!
Out of how many out of 57?
56 times they've won 36. So that's 20 times when you get to wear your home colors. I'm a big fan of wearing your colors. If I was the home team, I would pick my home colors. I don't know why any home team doesn't wear their colors. That's just my thing. So, I mean...
Oh, I think the Philadelphia Eagles wear their green at home. I think they do.
I think they're wearing black, though.
No, they're wearing green.
This.
Green jerseys, black.
What did Philly wear the last time they won? I think they might be one of the teams that won wearing the
Oh, you
dark
mean
jerseys.
when Doug Peterson won the Super Bowl with them?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like they're wearing green. I feel like it was green.
I think it was green.
No, they're going with the good luck. I don't blame them. Anyway, crazy stuff. This game, let's talk about it. Here we go with the game. It is Sunday, 6:30 p.m. on Fox. That means Kevin Burkhardt and Greg Olson on the call. Your sideline reporter will be Aaron Andrews. Let's get the line out there out of the gate. Philadelphia right now, -1.5. Obviously, this is going to be a great game. The shortest line that we've seen in a long, long time for a Super Bowl. The over-under is 50.5, 50.5. I'm going to talk about the over-under real quick before we get in the game. And in the playoffs, you start with wild card weekend, you go to divisional, you go to championship week, you go to Super Bowl, right? There were 6 games in the wild card round. There were 5 games on Saturday and Sunday, 2 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday, and then there was that Monday night game where Dallas played in Tampa, right? The first 5 games of the postseason, all the games went over. Starting with the Monday night game with Dallas at Tampa, it went under, and it's went under since.
I'm following you now. 'Cause you said
Talk about
Saturday.
I'm talking about over-unders in the postseason. In the postseason only. In the wild card round, there was 2 games on Saturday, 3 games on Sunday.
You said 5 games on Saturday.
Did I?
Yeah.
2 games on Saturday, 3 games on Sunday, and then there was the Monday night game between Dallas traveling to Tampa.
That makes more sense.
Okay. The first 5 games, meaning the Saturday and Sunday games, all those games went over. Starting the Monday night game where Dallas played in Tampa in the wild card weekend, the game went under. And since all the games have went under, the over-under is 50.5. I'm not telling you to sway either way, but it's kind of wild that the first 5 games went under, and the last 7 the first 5 went over, and the last 7 went under. So anyway, who knows? I mean, we have 2.
Yeah, who knows what the fuck you just said?
I got the math on it. Anyway,
it sounds like all the games were under except for the Monday night game. Is that what you wanted to say?
No, what I said.
All the playoff games?
No. Wild card weekend, right? There's 6 games on wild card weekend, okay?
Okay.
Fucking Dan. Wild card weekend, there's 6 games.
Yeah.
2 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday, 1 on Monday.
Yeah.
New format. First time there's been one on Monday, right? We talked about it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Saturdays games and Sundays games.
Under.
All of them went over.
Over.
Over the total. And then Monday.
Under.
Yes. And since then, it's all been under.
Okay.
Divisional round, championship Sunday round, all of them went under. So we haven't had an over since Sunday of Wild Card Weekend. Anyway, the over-under is 15.5.
Okay.
All right. I tell you what, this is, like I said, I mentioned it earlier, it's the evenly as matched Super Bowl as I think we've seen in a very long time. And it's almost shocking. Both of these teams, first of all, they were the 1 seeds, right? In the tournament. Both of them had to bye. It's the first time in a while I think we've had both 1 seeds in the tournament. They were the 1 seeds, but meanwhile, both of them finished 16-3 on the year. And the most shocking stat that I saw, like all week, I think, was the fact that both of these teams have scored exactly, to the date, 546 points on the year. The exact same. Is that nuts?
Yeah,
They're both
crazy.
the highest scoring teams in their conference, in the NFC, in the AFC. Both of them have a Kelsey brother. There's a lot of similarities. It's kind of like that, Spider-Man thing where he points at the other Spider-Man, says, "You look like me." They kind of look like each other.
Which team has somebody from Kent State?
I don't know. You got Dan pulled something out. I don't know right now. What do you got?
I don't know. It seems like the
What
Super
the fuck?
Bowl
You don't know?
always has something to do with Kent State.
Well, dude, come on. You can't just throw that out there and not have an answer, and it's maybe false. What the fuck? Who does that? Repeating the line, Philadelphia's minus 1.5. The over-under is 50.5.
Patriots always had somebody from Kent State.
That's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, Edelman. Fucking Edelman. Anyway, Kansas City, we talked about, quote-unquote, the away team. They come off of their win against Cincinnati, and we're not going to talk about that game because we talked about it in what we called the dead week before the Super Bowl. But meanwhile, the Chiefs.
Help from the referees.
They are making their 3rd appearance in 4 years in the Super Bowl. That's a pretty awesome stat. They've won one of them. There's a lot of keys to this game, and I think one of the keys for Cincinnati is Orlando.
Cincinnati? What the fuck?
Did I say Cincinnati?
Yeah.
So you made the bid for Kansas City. For Kansas City is Orlando Brown protecting against Hassan Reddick. Because when we last saw Philadelphia, Hassan Reddick knocked out 2 quarterbacks for the San Francisco 49ers. He knocked out Brock Purdy, and then he knocked out Josh Johnson. They didn't even have a quarterback. They had McCaffrey or Juszczyk throwing the ball. I mean, one of the keys is these lines. I mean, it's obviously the offensive, defensive line.
This game is totally offense, defensive line. I gotta pee again.
He got to pee again. I mean, he destroyed both of the San Francisco quarterbacks. That certainly is one of the keys in the game. And another key in the game, you talk about Kansas City, and it's shocking to me as I watch throughout the regular season, like how open Travis Kelce is. He's the best player on offense, obviously outside of Pat Mahomes. He's their main receiving target. I can't tell you how many times I've seen him like with nobody within 5 yards around him, and every time I say it, like, how the fuck is that happening? Like, he's their best player. I think a big matchup, and I think it's gonna be Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, who drives me a little bit crazy because he's such a chippy player, and he's got a history of my Chicago Bears football team. He can ball. I mean, he can ball, and I think he's largely going to be tasked with covering Travis Kelce in this game. I think that's a huge key. I really do. Another key in this game, we talked about Pat Mahomes already, his ankle. I mean, listen, those high ankle sprains are 4 to 6 week injuries. I mean, he looked okay in their game against Cincinnati, and they found a way to win that game in the AFC Championship. We're 3 weeks out now, and he says he's fine. So, I mean, that's a huge key in this game.
He's not fine. I mean, it's going to hurt by the end of the game. I mean, he can play, but it's going to hurt.
The Philadelphia Eagles led the National Football League in sacks. It starts with Hassan Reddick, who I told you wrecked the San Francisco game, knocked out 2 of the quarterbacks, and basically ended the game for them in their favor. They have a pretty good defense, but they haven't I don't think during the regular season or in the postseason have faced an offense caliber of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Philadelphia rolled through the postseason. Their defense is awesome. Their offense is good. I mean, you could say they're awesome. My biggest dilemma here is experience and Jalen Hurts. And because I still don't know which way I'm going to go. I honestly, because the quarterback.
We're close to making these picks.
The quarterback for Kansas City is the X factor here. Philadelphia's defense is playing lights out. Philadelphia's offensive line is playing lights out.
I think Philadelphia.
No sacks, and Dallas's defense is really good. And no sacks.
They have a problem, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it starts with Jason Kelce.
You know, San Francisco's defense.
I mean, one of the San Francisco wide receivers this week came out. Brandon Ayuk is his name, and he was wildly still upset and emotional after the game. And it wasn't just after the game; it was a few days after the game. So he's still emotional about it. And he claims that if Brock Purdy didn't get hurt in that game, they were going to expose the Philadelphia defense for frauds. But I don't necessarily buy that. I think that's a lot of sour grapes. I mean, Philadelphia, Hassan Reddick, Josh Sweat, Javon Hargraves. I'm missing people. I know it. Brandon Graham. I'm missing people. They led the National Football League in sacks. They may break the record from the 84 Bears or the 85 Bears. I forget who holds it. If they get X amount of sacks in this game, I mean, they're a great defense. They haven't played the caliber of offense in the regular season that they're going to face in the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, I don't know what the best offense was outside of Philadelphia because they were the best offense in the National Football League. So they're a very well-balanced team. But Dan hit on the head. I mean, his experience, and I'm still back and forth in regards to this game. And here's my thing. I think Philadelphia 1-53, meaning the amount of suitable players that you can put on the field, players that can play. 1-53, Philadelphia is a better football team, but they don't have the experience. I mentioned it earlier. Kansas City is playing in their third Super Bowl in 4 years. Andy Reid, Pat Mahomes, Travis Kelce.
On the coaches, Andy Reid versus Nick Sirianni.
And Nick's from what? John Carroll? Your alma mater as well?
Mount Union.
Mount Union. Local kid. 30 minutes away from here. Dan, I think we're on the picks, man.
I'm on Kansas City.
1-53. The Philadelphia Eagles are the better football team. I'm going to throw experience to the side. Fly, Eagles, fly. Dan and I are in disagreement. I am picking the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't blame Dan for picking Kansas City. I
went by the coach.
I agree. Dan's a coach at heart.
That dude's going to screw me.
Andy
Reid.
Big Red? I don't know, Dan.
Games.
I don't know, man. I was leaning Philadelphia earlier. I started swaying to Kansas City. I'm like, take your initial gut.
I swear to God, I just made my decision when I spit out Kansas City.
I hope this game...
Because I was leaning to Philly.
I hope this game comes down the wire. Dan, I promise you, when I said I said I was going to pick, and then I swayed a little bit. I don't know. I mean, this is a great Super Bowl. This is probably the best, looking Super Bowl, like lipstick Super Bowl that we've seen in a long, long time. In regards,
hopefully it lives up to it.
I hope it does too.
Blowout.
So those are Dan and I's picks. I tell you what, props. I know a lot of people are waiting for props because the younger generation like, fuck the lines. We don't care about that. Let's talk about player props. What do you got for advice on player props? And I'm going to give you a piece of advice. And this is the biggest piece of advice you want to know.
Save your money. Don't do this shit.
No, bullshit. Let it rip. Here you go. Here's the best piece of advice I can give you. If you like overs for player props or any props, bet them early. If you like unders, wait till kickoff. Because the betting public, I do too, they love overs. The betting public loves overs. The numbers rise as the week goes. So if you like unders, you wait till kickoff. If you like overs, bet them when you see this show tomorrow morning.
If you bet more than a case of Bud Light, you're dumb on any of this shit.
My wife's behind set. I'm mentioning her for the third or fourth time in the show. She's bolstered her DraftKings account. I guarantee she's listening.
She's agreeing with what I just said.
Anyway, I don't agree with that. Let's take a shot at this.
It's all geared for the Hounds to win.
I tell you what, player props are hard in this game, and it's because both of these teams utilize so many players. I mean, let's talk about the Philadelphia running backs. I'm going to start with them first. Miles Sanders, they use him. Kenneth Gainwell, Miles Sanders is the primary back. Kenneth Gainwell gets a share of carries when they get to the goal line. This dude named Boston Scott sometimes carries the ball. I mean, they have two primary receivers in Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. And they use their tight ends. Obviously, both teams use tight ends. Dallas got it, right? And Travis Kelce is the biggest weapon for the Kansas City Chiefs. He certainly is. But meanwhile, they use two running backs in Kansas City as well. It's Isaiah Pacheco, a 7th-round pick rookie out of Rutgers, who is
nice
the lead back, right?
From Jersey.
Lead back. There's a kid named Jerick McKinnon who gets carries. They have elevated who was their starting running back week 1, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He is up for the Super Bowl. I don't know if he's going to be a factor in this game.
He hasn't been active for the last freaking... Where are you going with this?
Right, probably. No, I'm just saying, like, it's difficult for the player props because, and then what I was really getting at, the misfit group of wide receivers for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
You're talking about Juju Smith. You're talking about Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Are any of these guys playing?
Sky Moore. All these guys are playing, but who knows who gets the balls? I mean, Valdez-Scantling was a huge part of their win over Cincinnati. Kadarius Toney is another guy. He's playing. He's up. He's 100% up. So it makes it very difficult in regards to player props, which I know the younger generation loves. I'm going to give you a handful of things I like. Both quarterbacks over 1.5 touchdowns is the first one on the board. I'm a little bit nervous about this one. That's why I put it first. Jalen Hurts is minus 120. Pat Mahomes is a much more difficult juice option. He's minus 220 in the game. I love that one.
What the hell does that mean?
It means that Jalen Hurts needs to throw 2 touchdowns in the game, and Pat Mahomes needs to throw 2 touchdowns in the game to win the bet. Or you can bet them obviously individually is what I mean. And I got to educate Dan. Dan's not a bettor. I tried to get him to open up a DraftKings account. Katie behind said, Katie, send him an invitation. You'll get a free like $200 if he accesses it. I like that. I like the quarterback play.
Access it. Give me.
I don't like yards. And here's the thing. I picked the Philadelphia Eagles to win this football game. And I want to mention my buddy Bill Dean, who is a huge Eagles fan. And I know he watches the show. He's a law school classmate of mine. He's from the Philadelphia area in Pennsylvania. I know exactly where. But fly Eagles fly, Bill. I know you're watching. In any event, I like their lead back, Miles Sanders, because I like Philadelphia to take control of this game eventually, and I like them to run Miles Sanders. His over-under on rushing yards is 60.5.
If the Eagles can run the ball, it's over.
Miles Sanders, over 60.5 rushing yards, minus 115. I love that as a prop bet. I also like Devontae Smith over. He's one of the wide receivers. It's A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, right? A.J. Brown gets a lot of the pub. A.J. Smith, doesn't get as much.
Devontae?
But they're Devontae, yeah, that's what I said, right?
No, you said A.J. Smith.
Oh, jeez. A.J.
Focus, Ken.
I've had 2 beers now. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. I think, Devontae Smith.
Who?
Oh, Jesus.
Devontae Brown?
You're killing me now. Anyway, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith.
Okay. We're good.
I like Devontae Smith over 61.5 receiving yards, and I'll tell you why. And this coaching stuff, the Kansas City Chiefs play more cover 2 or high safety 2 than any National Football team in the league. And I think that leads to Devontae Smith getting balls underneath the coverage. I mean, sometimes he's a big ball guy. I love Devontae Smith.
You know what?
In regards to over 61.5. It's minus 130.
I kind of want to change my pick.
Don't do it yet. Let me get through all these things. The other thing, one of the biggest keys in this game is Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce is the primary receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs. And who's been tasked with covering Travis Kelce and the guys out of slot is Chauncey Gardner-Smith. Gardner-Johnson. Jesus. Here we go with the Smith-Johnson. You like, fuck me up. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. You know the guy, right? I mean, he's an instigator. Dude, the guy can play. I mean, he can play. I mean, he's going to be tasked with
he ain't covered somebody like Kelce.
He's covering Kelce. He's going to cover the guys out of the slot. This is like bigger bets, if you will. I like Chauncey Gardner-Johnson to get an interception in this game. It's a high play bet. It's plus 800 on the board. It's one of my favorite props. The other one I like. Yeah, to get an interception. I know it's high play. It's high play, meaning take a swing at this. And I got a great take a swing at prop play at the end of this show. The other one I like is Jerick McKinnon. I like Jerick McKinnon, who is, running back 2, if you will, for the Kansas City Chiefs. Over 19.5 rushing yards. It is minus 120. It's one play for McKinnon. One fucking draw play.
That's a dumb bet. Take that. He's over that.
I like that. It's 1 or 2 plays for McKinnon. I mean, I think the Chiefs are going to throw the ball a lot, but I like that McKinnon play. And then the take a swing at it plays. First of all, if you're a FanDuel bettor, DraftKings, FanDuel, BetMGM, all these other things, FanDuel, and Dan's not going to like this because he's not a Rob Gronkowski fan. But in the third quarter, there's going to be a live commercial from FanDuel.
He's not kicking that thing.
He's going to kick a 25.
He's going to kick it.
He's going to attempt to kick a 25-yard field goal.
You know how freaking hard that is?
He's a professional athlete. It's not that fucking hard. I think I'd go 6 for 10. I think I go 6 for 10 from 25 yards. It's not that far, Dan. It's not that far. He's been training with a professional kicker.
Is he drinking first?
Yes, 100% he's Gronk. Of course he is. I like him to make it. It doesn't really matter if he makes it or not. If you're a FanDuel subscriber and you bet $5 or more on the Super Bowl, you get involved in this pot that gets paid out $10 million. It's almost like a class action lawsuit. Who knows? You might get a check for 46 cents or something like that. Who knows what the hell happens? But if you're a FanDuel subscriber, hey, you're part of that, and you're part of this Gronk thing, which is unprecedented, a live commercial from FanDuel.
Ain't no freaking way he makes it.
I saved the best for last in regards to prop bets because I know people aren't excited about lines and things like that. They love the props who are on DraftKings, FanDuel, and all these things. My favorite fun bet to take a swing at, it is any non-quarterback to throw a touchdown in the game. It is plus $2,200. Plus $2,200. You bet $100 on it, you win $2,200. You know why I like this? Couple of different reasons.
Well, because the Chiefs definitely have that in their arsenal, and the Eagles would have that in their arsenal to go, F you, Chiefs.
Well, I think it's kind of the other way around, my God. It's in the history of the Philadelphia Eagles. Doug Peterson brought up what, quote unquote, the Philadelphia special, right? In their
Take
Super Bowl.
that out, though. That's not even a factor.
I think Nick Sirianni may do an ode to Doug Peterson if
he's going to do that because it's an FU Chiefs because he got fired from the Chiefs staff.
He did, or Big Red Andy Reid says an FU, and he runs his own trick play. I like the mentality either way. Dan and I kind of had it reversed in our minds, but it's we come to the same landing spot in regards to that. I like the karma in regards to a trick play happening in this game.
Totally.
I love this. This is my favorite prop bet on the board. I know it's high risk. Swing at it. So any non-quarterback to throw a touchdown game plus 2,200. It's my favorite play in regards to the prop bets.
Can you put $5 on either team?
Of course you can.
I would do that.
I'm gonna send you invitations so I get a free $200 or something.
Yeah, no,
Dan's gonna play finally.
Totally.
Dan does this betting podcast with me and doesn't play games. I play games like it's my job. Anyway,
I'm too busy drinking and cooking.
That's awesome. I do a lot of that. Dan's better at probably both of those than I am. Certainly cooking, questionable in drinking. I think we're pretty on par with each other. But anyway, we're actually at the outro part of the section, I think. And listen,
I picked Kansas City, but
okay.
The other thing that scares me is Steve Spagnuolo.
Defensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs.
I think
Likes
he
the blitz.
sucks ass.
He likes the blitz. What, are you going to change now? Are you going to change, Dan? Dramatic. Final choice.
No, I'll stick with Kansas City.
Fly, Eagles, fly. I'm on the Philadelphia Eagles. Listen, Dan and I have so much fun doing this. I mean, my dude right here, my best dude, we drink beer, we talk about football. There doesn't get much better than that. But you guys are the ones who make it really fun. I mean, I know Dan doesn't pay a ton of attention to it. I tell him what the numbers are. He probably doesn't care to hear about it. I'm like, how many people watch the show, this, that. But thank you for watching all season. We have nothing scheduled coming up. Like I said, Dan and I may have some cocktails or some beers or drinks together, and who knows? It doesn't take that much to put up the set to reconnect during the summer.
Yeah, next Wednesday I'll be over here.
Maybe he will. Dan, regardless of whether or not we're shooting a show, Dan comes over on Wednesdays, midweek break. I appreciate it. So maybe we'll have a pop-up show, but thank you all season. Have a great Super Bowl. Enjoy it with your family, your friends.
Yeah.
And we'll be back again.
Family is the best. Make sure you tell everybody you love them and enjoy the game.
Yeah, enjoy the game. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for listening.
See you next August.
Absolutely. Or before.